Hello, wherever you may be. Um, I was looking at the morning news today, and the Oregon House has voted to recriminalize um, possession of certain hard drugs, fentanyl, heroin, methamphetamine, I think. Anyhow, I thought I'd share my thoughts on the whole matter. Uh, it still has to pass the actually, I think it's a good thing. I think it's good that they recriminalized it, but I have some shots thoughts to share on the whole matter. The Measure 110, which decriminalized uh, hard drugs in Oregon, uh, it was never a good idea. The voters were sold a bill of goods that that um, the police could just write someone a ticket and they pay $100 fine and go into treatment. And what they what what proved to be true was that, and what they didn't realize was that the vast majority of people that were using drugs, they don't want treatment. They don't want to go. They don't want to stop using drugs, so they would not even call the hotline. They just pay the fine. So after a couple of years now, it's become obvious that Measure 110 was a failure, and this is their attempt to fix it. And I looked at the bill, I read the summary, and I didn't read the whole thing because it's too darn long, and I'm not going to spend my whole day reading it. But I got the gist of it. Um, it's going to be a misdemeanor to have these punishable up by 6 months in jail, but they have what they call off ramps to go into they can go into treatment and um, avoid the jail time. And yeah, on the face of it, that it sounds like a good idea. You can force people to go into treatment, but um, I think one of the I think one of the things that the public are not realizing is I think I don't know what the average person thinks. I think maybe the average person thinks like this. So yeah, you get them arrested and get them and force them to go into treatment, and they'll get treatment, and then everything will be better. And it's not like that. Um, all the uh, all of them that I know of are the treatment facilities. They use a 12-step model. Um, um, Narcotics Anonymous, which is based on Alcoholics Anonymous, and you can force these people into so-called treatment, but what's the success rate of the treatment? And I'll post a link down there, and there's all kinds of you can find all kinds of figures out there, and and figures don't lie, but liars figure. But maybe uh, maybe they're 5 to 10% effective, maybe. And I'll post a link down there below to a book that says that. So what that means is 90 to 95% of these people that go into treatment are not going to be helped. And that's the reality of the situation. And if you actually look at the 12 steps and what it was based on, they actually say it. if you go the NA is based on the AA things, but if you based on the AA program, but if you actually pay attention to what they say, the 12-step programs is that they say this: no human power could relieve our alcoholism. No human power. That there is no treatment. No human power means no human power. Is that 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 only God could heal the person. And the 12-step programs have gotten all mixed up and all they're all screwed up nowadays. They weren't what they were in the beginning. Um, Homosexuality within these programs, it's accepted and tolerated, and anybody that thinks that um, uh, some kind of spiritual program that's accepting of homosexuality is going to be effective has a screw loose in their head. So it's a big mess. Yes, okay. I'm glad that they recriminalized it, and they're going to try and force some people into treatment. And okay, but the treatments aren't effective, and that's the bottom line that's not being talked about here. So uh, it isn't going to solve the problem, but but yes, I think people that are using hard drugs that don't want to stop, I think they should be locked up, and keep locking them up until they get tired of being locked up and maybe they want to do something with their lives. So anyhow, that's the status. It remains to be seen. The Oregon Senate has to pass this recriminalization uh, attempt, and I think they'll do that. Whether the radical left wing governor of the state of Oregon will sign it into law, that remains to be seen. But in the end, ultimately, at least maybe it'll get some of the people off the street for a little time. But don't expect don't expect requiring people to go into treatment when there is no effective treatment. Don't expect that to solve the problem because it's not going to. And so, good luck, Oregon.